So up to this point, we've talked about the Cartesian plane in ordered pairs, slope as a rate of change, what the slope-intercept form of a line is, and at the end of last week, we did properties of slope, and then we had a bit of a quiz through our knowledge hook. So today we're actually going to be talking about the equation of a line given a graph, or looking at a graph, what is the equation of that line? So calculate the slope of the skateboard ramp using the formula. The way that this copied into my writing software is not the same as what you see, but the dimensions are the same, so we can still use it. So the slope is the rise over the run, which we know to look at the rise being on the up-down portion. So in this case, the rise is 1.2 and the run is 3.6. So if the slope is rise over run, that is 1.2 over 3.6. If we were to get a little bit more particular with it, or clean that up a little bit, we could write it as 1 over 3. Calculate the slope of a ski hill using the slope formula. Now, the slope formula is rise over run. That doesn't really give us a formula. That's just kind of what we know it to be. The rise can be calculated by y2 minus y1 over the run, which is x2 minus x1. So in this case, this is x1, this is y1. The other line we can use, this is x2, y2. So by using that formula, we would have, well, y2 minus y1. Our second y value is 2, minus y1, which is 5, over x2, which is 6, minus x1, which is 1, which gives us, well, 2 minus 5 is negative 3, and then 6 minus 1 is 5. So our slope is negative 3 over 5. To find the equation of a line given a graph, like just kind of cut off graph, find the slope of the line. So this is the line that we're referring to for the entirety of this question here. So slope of the line is equal to the rise over the run. Well, if I'm going to plot this, here's my first point here. We can clearly see that that's the point, and our second point is clearly here. So if I come over to about there, and then this change in the up down is that. So this can be the run and the rise, right? So what is the rise between these 2 points? Well, if we count this out, well, it's at 7. These are all in increments of 1. So if I count how many units, it went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the rise in this case is 9. And my run, well, it moved to the right, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would be 6. We can then reduce that to 3 over 2. Finding the y-intercept, well, by looking at the graph, where does the line touch the y-axis? Well, we can see that it touches at 4. So that means the y-intercept, or a b value, is equal to 4. Now we write the equation in the form y equals mx plus b. Well, y is equal to our slope, 3 over 2x, plus, and our b value was positive 4. So the equation in the form y equals mx plus b is y equals 3 over 2x plus 4. So we'll go through this or I'll go through this with you, or in the video here, and then I'll explain what the homework or the practice work is going to look like. So determine the equation of each of the following lines on the graph below. So we're going to label this line 1. Line 1 is here. Color coordinate this a little bit better. The next one, let's do blue, line 2, which is here. Line 3, which is right here. And then line 4, which is here. So to find the slope of line 1, I'm looking for the rise over run, which in this case, the slope would be the rise over the run. So it goes up 1, 2, 3 units, and it goes left 2 units. So the rise over 1 is 3 over 2. I'll do that again. It is 3 over 2, and it's negative. We can see that it's negative because it moves to the left, or the line is actually moving downward. The y-intercept, if I was to follow this line, where does it touch the y-axis? It touches it at -5. So then the equation of this line, y equals -3 over 2 minus 5. Our second line, line 2, well, we're looking for the slope of this line. And where are the points that we see? I see a point here, and I can see a point at 3 and 3. So I'm looking for the rise and the run. How many units does it rise, or the change in going up and down? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 1, 2, 3 across, positively, right? So the line is moving up and to the right. So it moved up 4 units and it moved to the right 3 units. So the slope is 4 over 3. Where does the line touch the y-axis? Where does it touch the y-axis? Right at -1. So -1 is my y-intercept. Therefore, the equation of this line, y is equal to 4 over 3 x minus 1. Third line. It's a straight line. Is there a slope? Does it change in direction? Does it go up or down? No, it doesn't. So the slope in this case is 0. Where is the y-intercept, or what is the y-intercept? Pardon me. So where does this line touch the y-axis? It touches it at exactly 8. So the y-intercept is 8. The equation of this line, well, there is no slope, so is 8. Y is equal to 8. Last one, line 4. It is a straight line up and down. Is there a slope for this line? Well, we actually cannot define this, so it is an undefined slope, right? And just to kind of clear this up, what do you mean by undefined? Well, we know that the rise over run is equal to our slope, right? So what is the run in a vertical line? What is the run? Basically, what does it change in left and right? Well, there isn't any. So the change in left and right is 0. Now, let's say it goes up 3 units. Well, we can't actually divide by 0, right? So this is technically undefined. All right, you can't divide a number by 0. That doesn't work out. So that is why our slope of a vertical line is undefined. Undefined. Is there a y-intercept? No. None. So the equation of this line, well, is just simply x is equal to 9. So this line only touches 9 on the x-axis. That's it. Nothing else. So for the homework, which is in the other attachments, the PDF, there's like a matching activity. So I'm going to do the first one for you. It looks like this. So number one, you're given a graph. So you're given a graph. It is this. You are to determine what the equation of that line is. So assuming that all these units, let's do this. Assuming that all these units are 1, what is the equation of this line? And we need to choose it from what we see on the right. So the equation of this line, well, where does it start? My y-intercept is positive 1, so it's either going to be one of these two, and then it is a positive line. It goes up 2 over 1, so the slope is positive 2. So what that means is that the answer is y equals 2x plus 1. And then the corresponding word, in this case, would be Justin Bieber. So you're going to be creating a sentence by identifying the correct equation of the line that's shown to you. And then there's a solution at the end of the PDF attachment on today's post that will give you the correct sentence. And just refer to that to see if you have identified each line.